Okay, your next stage is to get your bottomlands rhodium, the good shit, and just get yourself basically a 10cm divot and do one in the centre like that. And for this other pot, I'm going to do it to one side, sort of thing. And we'll compare the two over time. Now that should just settle in nicely, firm up, and then slowly start radiating out there. And hopefully it should over time get browner and browner and browner until it becomes almost identical, if not similar, to the colour of peat, because basically that's what it's going to intending to become, a mineral substitute for peat. No more peat, even though no more peat is basically a moot point, considering that, you know, Canada's got enough peat there for the next 600 years, and Russia, under permafrost, has got enough peat reserves there for the next 600,000 years. So there's just no way. But of course they're going to have to use giant machinery bigger than the size of dinosaurs and things like that to actually harvest it. And of course then you've got the side problem of methyl hydrate entering the atmosphere when it is harvested, and being a very bad greenhouse gas could cause problems. So maybe this is the way to go, a mineral substitute for peat. Which I've called bottomlands rhodium. The reason I've called it bottomlands rhodium because of that pale rose rhodium like colour. If you've ever seen the catalyst they use in the petrol industry, it usually costs like $300,000 per mole. It has a lovely purpley rose colour to it. When you use this with your cuprous ammonium thing, it's dilute enough to instead of giving that blue purpley colour, it gives a nice lovely rose magenta sort of colour. Hang on, let me show you. Basically, as the formulation fixes more and more nitrogen over time, we're on night scene, and so it should be picking up this colour over time. It gets to this sort of rosy, purpley, magenta, pinkery colour as the copper, you know, reacts with the ammonium that's being fixed into the water there from the basic formulation. Whereas this one is 4 times, hopefully in theory, 4 times stronger than this, so it should actually get much darker than this when I run the comparative test later on in the year, sort of thing, and start doing some basic qualitative, quantitative comparison experimentation in bottles, and basically in jars and things like that. And so we'll be able to compare the brown colour with this to the colour in that, and run this against known standards. And so in other words, we'll end up with 3 graphs basically: the colour of this, the colour of your purpley colour in there, and then that's set against your known standards, all run against a series of these sort of things with various formulations, theoretically 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N sort of thing. I don't think you can push it much further than between 3 and 4N, because basically that gets to the colour of peat. So do you get my drift there? Subtle point there, but anyway, hopefully someone out there will get that. You can't really go much beyond Mother Nature, but only by tweaking basically all the variables can you get a little bit further north each year, sort of thing. But anyway, maybe I need to just finish off by taking the camera in. So basically we've got one there set right against the wall, and we'll probably put the lid wherever the lid is. We'll probably get the lid of that one with the hole, and we'll put the hole either down there or to one side. So if we put the jemmy there, if there's any rain splash, it won't affect the jemmy, and it also won't affect the bottomlands rhodium, but it does allow it to breathe, sort of thing. Whereas this one, we may see what that happens. So maybe I should just do 2 lids like that. I don't know. I suppose we've got to try it. Maybe I should set up a 3rd one. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll set up a 3rd one very quickly, and we'll do that as well. Okay, and I'll do a hole with the side. We'll see what happens with the rain when the rain comes. We do some more heavy rain later on in the week. It'll be interesting to see that. But I haven't got too many jemmies, so I've probably only got enough generally for actually 3 pots, I think, in there. You know, 2 in each, I suppose. But I can always go out and get some more. But these are the Mount Compass Nankita Road ones. So these are the probably related to the Brooklyn Road form. They're the cherry red ones, as opposed to Minkara Seat, which are the magenta red ones. And then the Mountain Bold reds, the ones I sent to Rossi, they're purpley red ones. And they're the ones that have started to make a move within about 10 days. They're starting to put roots down. And they do look slightly different in coloration and already compared to the Mount Compass one, which I set up after 2 weeks in paraffin, basically. I think it's about 2 weeks, or between 2 and 3 weeks. They were harvested on the 1st, which is probably really the 29th, because as I said, my computer seems to run clips a day out, and I always have to wait like till midnight to make sure that they actually are saved to the portable hard drive. It has to click over midnight for some reason. Yeah, another reason why if Bill Gates gets a bullet, none of us will ever question why. All this bloody hassle to make sure that you've actually saved your clips. You've got to wait until after midnight for some bloody strange reason. Okay, over and out for this clip.